If you're here today, probably it's because you've been feeling anxiety, and I'm here because I want to share my story with you, because I've been feeling a lot of anxiety throughout my life. I still feel it now, but I've managed to tackle it as best as I can. This really changed my life for the better. You would have noticed that here I have something that I want to share with you towards the end, because it's probably the biggest discovery I've found throughout this year to tackle anxiety in a very deep way. So stick until the end if you want to know. But the question is, why should you take anxiety so seriously? Reason is that if you don't do it, anxiety will control your life if it's not doing that already. Because when anxiety controls your life, you're gonna take steps backward instead of forward towards your goal and becoming successful in whatever area of your life. To tackle anxiety properly, you first of all need to understand if you're anxious or not, right? So some of the symptoms of someone anxious are short breath, heart beating really fast, have catastrophic thoughts, like for example, oh my god, if I'm gonna present this speech in front of everyone, I'm gonna faint, or I would die, for example. These are all sensations and behaviors and thoughts that someone that is anxious usually experience. So ask yourself, have you felt this way before? If so, you're in the right place today. Most people that have anxiety try very hard to deal with anxiety rather than to face it. And there is a massive difference in these two verbs. When you deal with anxiety, you are in a situation that makes you anxious and you are trying to escape it. So for example, if you are in a meeting and you are very anxious of raising your hand to say your opinion, what will make you deal with anxiety in that moment is not raising your hand. So that will remove the anxiety in the short term. But when you face anxiety, you are tackling anxiety for the long term. And how do you do that? You actually go face to face with that anxiety and you say, no, I don't accept that. Whenever I feel anxious because I don't want to raise my hand and say my opinion, I'm gonna do it. So I challenge that anxiety right in that moment and I make myself win instead of the anxiety itself. When you take this approach, you're actually taking a step forward towards the most confident you. Try this. Tomorrow, take a small challenge. And whenever you have a situation that provokes you anxiety that is not overwhelming, try and face that anxiety. For example, you are a bit anxious of asking your colleagues for help, but this is not something that makes you really panic, like speaking in public. Then tomorrow, go and ask for help to your colleague. I know it's gonna make you feel anxious, I get that, but this is the way forward. Small steps every day. Once you've done that, pat yourself in the back. You've had your first small win. It's very important to celebrate the small wins that you have every day because that builds up your confidence and makes you feel less anxious about that situation every single day. Finally, this has been a massive life changer for me. It's called the 6 Minutes Diary because it's a diary that has structured questions every day that you need to answer, 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes in the afternoon. And it really made me reflect on my anxiety and my life overall. And at the very beginning, I didn't know if this would be life-changing or not. I was just trying to fill it in and thinking, man, this is an exercise that maybe will bring me nowhere. But actually, after months, I started to see patterns of what makes me happy, what makes me anxious, what can I do to tackle it, and so on. And really made me have structured thoughts, which is something I really struggled with before. So I'll leave the link down below in the description, and I think I'm gonna do a video more in depth to explain you everything about this diary and why I specifically love this one among all the others that you can find out there. Finally, the two things that made a difference for my anxiety are this amazing 6 Minutes Diary that I mentioned before, and also breaking out of my comfort zone a little bit every single day. This really built up my confidence. Hopefully these tips will really be useful for you as well. Let me know if you found it useful by hitting the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would love to have your support. Here in this channel, I'm really focused on bringing you every week tips to improve yourself and your mental health. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.